After the last one, globalization wrecked our jobs and kind of was responsible for the rise of China.
You know, we are at an inflection point, I believe, in the world economy. Not just the world economy, in the world. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it.
Joe wants to lead the new world order. He can't even keep his own house in order.
And so what we're witnessing is the violent eruptions of a great tectonic shift in global power. As U.S. global power declines, China ascends, power shifts from the West, from Europe and the United States, towards Asia, and we're witnessing then an historic change, constructing a new kind of world order, far less concerned with human rights, far less concerned with law, a kind of transactional world order of mutual convenience.
Remember back in the early 90s when the Soviet Union collapsed? Bush 41 said the New World Order was an opportunity.
We have in this past year made great progress in ending the long era of conflict and Cold War. We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
Well, sadly, Bush lost, and Clinton, Wall Street, and stupid senators like Joe Biden shaped the New World Order. And that New World Order ended up just being massive globalization, putting other countries first and America last, pushing deals like NATO and NAFTA, where we opened our borders, shipped our jobs down south to Mexico, and empowered the cartels that are funneling drugs into our neighborhoods. And China can thank the New World Order for their giant leap forward.
We're joined by Alfred McCoy, professor of history at University of Wisconsin-Madison, author of numerous books, most recently To Govern the Globe, World Orders and Catastrophic Change. His recent article for The Nation is headlined, Russia and China Together at Last.
And that's also a reference to the historic meeting between Putin and Xi Jinping on February 4th of this year, when the two met during the Winter Olympics, and they issued an historic 5,300-word declaration that laid claim to establishing a kind of new global order, to attacking U.S. global hegemony, and to build upon their strong bilateral alliance, their very close economic integration in the field of energy, and to simultaneously block NATO from threatening Russia and block the United States from supporting Taiwan against China's legitimate claims to Taiwan. And so, in effect, what that meeting failed to accomplish was it simply failed to break this emerging alliance between China and Russia, which is literally shaking the current world order.
The international order that the U.S. and its allies built after World War II is, we are told, crumbling.
I really do think this is a moment like the end of World War II, where all of the boats are rocking, but the forces of freedom are doing what they need to preserve and protect themselves.
It's about humility, isn't it, Tulsi? It's about recognizing that the American president can't just shape the world however he wants. And part of being intelligent is kind of knowing your limitations. Do you think Joe Biden knows his limitations, or do you think he's so arrogant that he thinks he's just going to, create a new world order?
Central to that humility, Jesse, is first and foremost recognizing you're not God. You are not in control. And if you try to pretend that you are, what will result, even with good intentions, what will result, unfortunately, is more suffering, more hardship. For the people in the world that supposedly he's trying to save, he seems to be more focused on trying to be president of the world, and along with the power elite of America, taking this missionary zeal to say, you know what, we're going to set aside the problems that the American people are facing and instead focus on saving the world by spreading democracy everywhere. It's just a bigger version of Obama's Arab Spring, where he took his kind of messianic attitude towards trying to save the Middle East by spreading democracy, but really just left destruction, suffering, and death in his wake. And that is exactly what we will see play out if he continues to think that he is and can be somehow the controller of all people and all things in this world.
I mean, he can barely even control himself, let alone the entire world.
Things are better. The world is better.
Just because there's not a war doesn't mean there's peace. He's coming.
Some call him Apocalypse. He was some kind of god. For thousands of years, he's been amassing mutants to take their powers. He always had 4 followers.
Like the 4 horsemen.
Eric, don't join them. Whatever it is you think you saw in me, I buried it with my family.
Together, we will cleanse the earth.
Everything they've built will fall! And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better one!
I've never felt power like this before.
Charles!
They took him. Raven, the world needs the X-Men.
I'm not a hero.
Students look up to you.
If I'm going to teach your kids something, I'm going to teach them how to fight. Follow me!
You're her.
I'm not afraid of him. Magneto, he's my father.
What?
Him and my mom, they did.
No, I know.
Not all of us can control our powers.
Then don't.
Apocalypse means to destroy this world.
It's all of us against a god. And the most powerful beings on Earth.
Forget everything you think you know. None of that matters. You're not students anymore.
We'll take everything from them.
You're X-Men. Well, you've been busy.
We had a little help.